Welcome to the traveling Ooh, house. Today it's all going to be the train ride from Bulawayo to Victoria Falls. Victoria Falls, aptly named because you know the falls are right there. Victoria Falls is amazing. I believe it's the biggest waterfall in the whole world, so that's pretty cool. It's not an understatement to say that the falls are big, magnificent, loud. I think it's called the smoke that thunders or something in its line, and it's true. It's really something. We went to Bulawayo. I, like a typical tourist, had my hair done. A very cool Shona lady, just hands of lightning. Choo, 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 choo. By the way, if you ever get pleats, it's painful. Have respect for anyone with pleats or cornrows or any kind of hair extension that's on their head, because it's really painful. It's like having thousands of tiny children just like tugging at your hair ferociously. Anyway, so we got our hair done. We ate kovo that afternoon. Very cool, like a spicy cabbage thing. It looks a lot like spinach though. It's a second thing after drinking a lion and smoking in Everest. You should try kovo in Zimbabwe. We had our kovo and then we ran for the train. We luckily reached the train by the time it kind of like came into the station.
Trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty.
And I remember the Zimbabwean guy was just like, "Ah, thank God, the train is only 2 hours late." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Yeah, normally it's like 9 hours late, and this is completely normal." So this is something you'll also see when you're in Zimbabwe. Time and distance don't exist. They will say it's 5 minutes and then it's like 30 minutes, and it's actually very cool. They have a very relaxed way of life. So anyway, we got on the train. It's Rhodesian railways, I still believe. So Zimbabwe used to be Rhodesia. So the railway, which is, let's see, from 1952, I believe, it's still called Rhodesian Railways on the inside of the train. You can see this super old railway. So we took that 9 hours overnight. The train also had no electricity, but what the hell, it was a lot of fun. And I just remember also at one stage the train just stopped in the middle of the night. Awkwardly, very quiet, no electricity. Everyone was like, what the hell? Somewhere during our 9-hour ride to the Victoria Falls, Coco and I ran up and down the train and eventually ran into the engine room by accident. And we stood there, and the two guys who were driving the train or controlling the train, they just sat there. They were having lunch and they looked at us and we looked at them and we said, we're so sorry, we didn't think, we just came in." But they were like totally chill. They were like, "It's okay, are you ladies hungry? Do you want to eat something?" And we were like, no, we're totally fine. They said, "We have enough food to share with you, it's okay." But we just thanked them and like slowly scurried out of the train. So yeah, this is just generally, like I said, super nice people. Basically, on the way back to South Africa from Victoria Falls, we were on the train at night, and I just noticed like a firefly, just 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, nuts, and then it just became a sea, this green sea of light, gorgeous, flashing, like insane lights going past for kilometers. It was just gorgeous, and it's something I keep with me to this day. And they say this happens about every 5 to 10 years. There's like a plague of fireflies, but it's stunning. It's electrifying. It's really cool. And I just remember there was one guy who pulled out a flashlight and we asked him Coco asked him what are you doing, guy? And he said, no, I went to see the fireflies. And we were all like, ah, come on, you can't see them if you put on the flashlight. So, yeah, that was amazing. And speaking of amazing things, the Zimbabwean we travelled with told us a very, very cool joke, with which I will end today. He said, so there was this woman, beautiful woman, but she was cheating on her husband. And so she and the lover were all, busy in bed. And then she heard her doorbell, and she went, oh snap, quickly get into the closet. But it wasn't her husband, it was her other lover. So she was all like, okay, just be quiet. And they were also busy on the bed, other lover all awkwardly in the closet. And she heard her ring at the door, and this time she knew it was her husband, so she threw the other lover into the closet. So there her two lovers were awkwardly in the dark closet. And so her husband came in and they got all, busy on the bed. And so the first lover looked at the other lover and they thought, what are we going to do? So the first lover jumped out of the closet and he said, hello, I am Jesus! Many blessings to you all. And he ran out of the door. And so the second lover was like, now what am I going to do? So he sat and he thought, and he jumped out and he's like, I am the devil, have you seen Jesus? So if no one has told you this today, you're amazing.